The lifting belt is a common tool in weight training, powerlifting, weightlifting and other similar sports, but it's also one of the most misunderstood pieces of equipment, especially among beginners. To use it properly, you first need to understand the concept of bracing, and that is exactly what I will be talking about today before explaining how the two notions are connected. Let's start by clearing up some myths. No, simply wearing a belt won't magically reduce the risk of injury. No, tightening it as much as possible is not a good idea, and no, you don't need to wear it for every single exercise. Now, let's talk about what really matters, bracing. When you perform a heavy movement, especially a compound one, stability is key. Whether you're deadlifting, squatting, bench pressing or else, your goal is to direct as much of your strength as possible into completing the movement without wasting energy in other directions. The more compact and tight you make your body, the better you can withstand the stress of heavy lifting. Being tense also improves force transfer, much like a bow tie. The tighter it is, the further the arrow flies. For example, in a squat, if your trunk is tight, it allows your legs to transfer power more efficiently to the bar that's resting on your upper back. Another benefit of tension is spinal stability. When lifting heavy, you usually want to put your spine into a given position and maintain it in this position throughout the entire lift. If your spine moves under load, unwanted movements can, and I'm not saying will, but can create risks. To be clear, I'm not saying that any spine movement automatically causes injury, and I'm not saying that your back must remain perfectly straight at all times. That's not the case. Your spine is designed to move. What I'm saying is, heavy loads with high volumes on unprepared structures does increase risk. So, how do you stabilize the spine? By creating tension, notably through your bracing. To brace, you take a deep breath and then tighten all your core muscles to stay rigid. This is a simplified explanation, but that's the basic idea. Proper bracing, just like anything, takes learning, practice and experience to master. You'll often see lifters take a big breath, inflate their stomach and squeeze very hard before lifting. What they're doing is creating a natural belt. The air they've inhaled is pressurized and combined with core muscle tension, among others, creates a huge tightness and stability. So where does the lifting belt come in? Simple. The more tension you can create, the stronger and more stable you will be under heavy load. The belt simply provides an external surface to push against, adding another layer to your bracing. The key is not just pushing forward into the belt, but in all directions, front, sides and back, so that the belt can resist expansion and increase the tension around your entire core. Once you understand this, it becomes clear why the myths I talked about in the beginning of the video are false. First, regarding injury prevention. The belt itself won't protect you, it just enhances your own bracing. You first have to develop your core stability, then learn how to properly brace and only then use the belt as an addition, not a substitute. If your muscles are not doing the stabilizing, then the belt is useless. Second, cranking the belt as tight as possible is counterproductive. If it's too tight, you'll be forced to suck your stomach in just to close it. Exactly the opposite of what you need to do when bracing. If you can't properly push against the belt, it becomes an obstacle rather than a tool. And finally, wearing a belt for every exercise varies from not very useful to completely useless. Training without one allows you to develop your natural bracing ability. Even elite powerlifters who for most use belt in competition sometimes train beltless so that they can reinforce their core strength. And for exercises such as light biceps curl or leg extension, for example, you've probably guessed it, the belt is pretty much useless. To sum it up, the lifting belt, just like any other accessory, is just a tool. It's not inherently good or bad. Use it properly, it might help, but the foundation will always remain your ability to brace and your core stability. Master those first and then use the belt to give you an extra edge when lifting heavy. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, suggestions or anything else, feel free to drop a comment down below, and if you want to contact me straight through my social medias, the links are in the description. I'll see you next Sunday, and until then, train hard, stay consistent, and never forget, make yourself proud.